I guess the first thing I remember was being in the hospital and someone saying, you need to go and make plans. The only plans I could think about making were weddings and college and graduation. Of course, that's not what they meant. They wanted me to make plans of a different kind. So we went home and I couldn't do it. I couldn't make a call and make any preparations. I couldn't do it. It wasn't possible. I'd just seen this little baby. I just brought her into the world. I couldn't make those plans. Kinsley's birth defect was literally a 1 in a million shot. That took a while to accept, but Kinsley is 1 in a million.
My name is Kinsley Massafree, and I am 7 years old, and I have short bowel syndrome.
Short bowel syndrome is a condition related to a shortened or decreased length of the small intestine. This can result from many types of conditions, starting in infancy and going through adulthood. Patients then may have a decreased absorption of nutrients, leading to difficulties with development.
Yeah, she was born on April the 28th, 2008.
Immediately after she's born, the surgeon goes in and he repairs what is called a diaphragmatic hernia.
The next day, we were in the NICU, and her belly kept getting bigger and bigger.
And all we saw was a little bitty belly blowing up and turning the strangest colors of red and purple.
And they decided to go in and basically open her up.
And then they discovered gray and dead intestine.
Head surgeon, Dr. McGill, said, I'd like to see the parents only and the chaplain. Basically, he had to remove about 85% of her small intestine and a third of her large. We're in the sense of just wanting to know whether she was dead or alive.
He really believed in her. He said that I think she can do it. And he gave me he was one of the first people to tell me that she would live. She would have her issues, but she would live.
We're able to really get a whole team of doctors approaching this case. Mom and Kinsley spent two and a half, 3 months in Omaha until October of 2008 when we were able to come home. And it was the best decision that we ever made, going to Omaha, and we have a very, very close relationship with those doctors.
What we really want to do with a patient who has intestinal failure is we want to get them to the point where ideally they can take everything, food and water, by mouth.
All of this stuff was pretty hard in Omaha and stuff, but I'm glad that I'm alive now and stuff.
How has this changed me? You know, hits home that you have a limited amount of time with your children.
I know that for me, there were some feelings of guilt. Was it my fault? Was there something I could have done differently?
I thought I knew what faith was until we went through this ordeal, and there was one surgery. Her mother and I basically held the Bible in her hands and gave her back to God. And that was probably the hardest thing that we ever had to do. But we basically prayed and told God that if he needed her in heaven, then we understood. If he brought her back to us, then we would do everything we could to manage what he's in control of here on earth.
Short bowel is simply hard, and it has affected the entire family. But I like to think that we've come out stronger.
I'm maybe different than everybody else, but I know I'm an inspiration and I can inspire anyone.
You know, even though we've had to modify what we eat, life wouldn't be worth living if we didn't have this little sister. This chance to see that life is worth living, short bowel and all.
Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Just tell me about you. Tell me about what you like to do.
I'm still a person. It's not like I'm a dog or a cat.